Today on Animal Fact Files, we're discussing anis. There are 3 species of these birds, and they're part of the cuckoo bird family, although they don't behave the same. Most folks know cuckoos for their parasitic brood behavior, where they lay their eggs in another bird's nest to be raised by the other bird parents. But anis don't do this. In fact, they're quite territorial and take chick rearing seriously. Anis are identifiable as cuckoos, however, because their feet are zygodactyl, meaning 2 of their toes face forwards and 2 face backwards. They're sometimes referred to as the black cuckoo because they have black feathers, although these appear iridescent blue, green, and purple in certain light. Anis have short wings, long tails, and a laterally compressed beak that may come with a crest-like structure across the top ridge. This bulbous beak is helpful for holding back hanging leaves and twigs while scanning for food. These birds eat insects, especially termites, as well as lizards, frogs, bird hatchlings of other species, and fruit. Anis use the movement of other animals to their advantage. They'll follow behind larger creatures, such as grazing cattle, or even sickle-wielding humans. The birds recognize the tool and know to follow for a potential treat, as the person stirs up their surroundings. Anis are also known as tick eaters for their association with cattle, although this isn't a main food source for them. Anis aren't strong flyers, so they usually have at least 1 sentry watching over the flock while they forage. Predators to these birds include ground-dwelling carnivores, who can sneak through tall grasses, as well as birds of prey who can swoop in from the sky. This may actually be part of why anis are doing so well on the Galapagos Islands. Anis are non-native invasives to the Galapagos Islands, but they flourish in this environment due to lack of predators. While they may be a menace on the islands, these birds are considered beneficial throughout their native range because they eat agricultural pests. Anis live in Central and South America, although one species is regularly seen as far north as the Gulf Coast states of the US. The birds prefer large, open expanses with places to perch, so they actually thrive in cultivated areas. The largest species, the greater ani, is most commonly associated with bodies of water and is more likely to be seen in and around these habitats. The greater ani reaches about 1.5 feet, 46 centimeters in length, while the other 2 species are about 1 foot, 30 centimeters long. Although their size and bill shape can help differentiate the species, their calls also help when they can't be visually observed. Anis are diurnal and return as a group to roost together in a tree at night. They snuggle up close to each other and fluff their feathers to keep everybody warm and cozy. These birds are so family-oriented they even nest communally. Multiple pairs may use the same nest, with females laying all their eggs in one spot, sometimes even on top of each other. In some observations, ani nests contained more than 30 eggs at one time, although only the top layer of eggs was actually incubated. The anis' cuckoo-like behavior appears from time to time when females roll the eggs of other females out of the nest before laying their own, but this doesn't always happen. The whole family takes shifts in incubating the nest for about 2 weeks, and then the chicks leave the nest in even less time. They start these adventures outside of the nest by climbing onto nearby branches, using their beak as support. They're also stinky and use their excrement to ward off predators. Juvenile anis can be told apart from adults because they don't have a fully formed beak crest, but adults are indistinguishable from one another. There's even more to learn on our Patreon page, where supporters such as Dad and SpikeSpiegel93 get access to bonus facts, exclusive videos, and more. Consider joining us there. Give a thumbs up if you learned something new today, and thanks for watching Animal Fact Files.